Gracias por venir. Today is a special class. So we do it every Friday. So it's Tantra. I'm just gonna, usually in this class, I talk a little bit, just a little bit. Then we move a lot. And then we do a really long relaxation, which is called Yoga Nidra. So when I say the word Tantra, lots of people might wrongly think of sex, rituals, black magic, voodoo, and these kind of things. That's not what Tantra is, by the way. That's just people who are using powers for bad. Tantra is like a spiritual science, an umbrella, and underneath that is the practices of yoga, meditation, philosophy, Yoga Nidra, da, 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 da. So Tantra is a spiritual science, and it's a spiritual science that is concerned with helping the individual to blossom, to reach its full potential. So I'm just going to use a little metaphor, and then you will have an experience of this. So just imagine in your mind's eye a beautiful flower, and that flower has reached its full potential. It's like blooming. But go back maybe to when the flower was halfway, or go back to when the flower had just started to get a stem, and then go back to when the flower was just a seed. So the flower is full of like an energy that makes it grow. So in yogic philosophy, in tantric philosophy, that energy is called Shakti. It's like this divine female energy. And as women, you have a lot of it. And so men have more Shiva, and women have more Shakti. But the idea is that you can try and balance your energies so you are more centered. So this little flower, it has a lot of Shakti, and it needs to go from a tiny seed to a beautiful flower. If that seed doesn't become a flower, it doesn't reach its full potential. The divine potential is not reached. Okay, so the flower what could happen to the flower? It could get blown over in a storm. It could not get the right food or the right amount of sunlight, or it could not have nutrients in the soil. And then it would maybe grow halfway and die. And then it wouldn't reach its full potential. And therefore, the divine potential has not been reached. The divinity was not expressed in its fullest. And we can really take the metaphor of the flower and place it in our own lives, except it is true to say that a human being is the actual pinnacle of creation. So flowers, animals, the human being is the pinnacle of creation. I'll just quickly explain what I mean by that. And you're a scientist, so you can tell me if I'm wrong. So when the sperm and the egg come together and you are conceived, so you're a fetus, in about week 18, more or less, the heart is there. But initially, the heart is like the heart of a fish. So it's not complete. You need to evolve. And then the heart evolves and you have a heart a bit like a frog. And then you evolve and you have a heart a bit like a snake. And then you evolve and you have a human heart. So what I'm trying to explain by that is you are the pinnacle of human creation. So you're a human. No pressure, but it's pretty amazing, really. And then you have a nervous system, And according to Tantra, you have a chakra system, which are like vortexes of energy. You have nadis, which are rivers of energy. And you obviously have consciousness, a soul. So what happens when your little fetus is full of Shakti? Well, it wants to come out into the world and reach its full potential. And that's what Tantra is about. So it's really nice to think about what your full potential might be. And that doesn't mean that you have to be the best at anything. That doesn't mean that you have to be, you know, a superstar or, you know, getting medals or certificates or anything like that. But it just means that you have to let your innate nature shine through. So, according to yoga philosophy, your innate nature is love, joy, bliss, like light. And then as you come into the world, that is kind of veiled by, I don't know, the storm that might kill the flower. You've got lots of storms in your life. You know you've probably weathered quite a few storms. So the metaphor of the excessive weather, you might have like excessive emotions or excessive stress or anything like that. So Tantra is basically taking away all those veils and just trying to get you to reconnect with your innate spark. And that's it. That's Tantra. Okay. So today we're going to work with specifically with the root chakra. So it's going to be really grounding, but there's going to be a lot of flow, so you can really feel that energy. Yeah. You don't need to know anything else, but we'll start with a meditation. Just crossing your legs, feet under your knees. Parts of the body that are in connection with the earth, such as your feet, your ankles, your legs. Let them feel really supported and grounded. And there's a concept in yoga known as roots to rise. And it means you have to root down. You have to have really strong foundations in order to rise, in order to blossom, just like the flower. So that will be the focus of our class today. Grounding, rooting, earthing, centering. And I do love to give students questions that make more questions. So it's a continuous questioning. Continuous. One question comes, and then there's 10 more. And the question is, just to begin the class, is on a day-to-day basis, are you able to show your full potential in general? Your innate qualities, light, of love, of bliss, of kindness, of joy. Take a few more moments, allowing that question to germinate inside of you. I'm going to open the eyes and we're going to stretch our legs out. For the first two poses, you might need a blanket. So, in fact, have a blanket for the first two poses. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to get the blanket and just mindfully make it into like a nice square or a rectangle, more or less like this. If your hamstrings are really tight, you might want to make it even more fat. Okay. And then you can place it towards the back of the mat. So your legs are stretching out, and we're going to bring this blanket and we're going to sit on it. But where you sit on it is really important. So don't sit on the back of it. Doesn't do anything really. Don't sit on the middle of it. Sit on the front of it and allow it to kind of tilt the pelvis, yeah. And then we're just going to flex the feet. We have an internal rotation of the legs. And for this first pose, you're simply going to walk the hands forward. Then you're going to relax your feet and fold. So you're coming into a very yin style Paschimottanasana. And the roots of your body, so the feet and the legs, are connected to the earth and they're stable and supported. Let's take a few deep breaths. As always in our yoga classes, we are breathing with our nose, unless we have a cold, in which case we do what we have to do. And just see if you can experiment with being still. So being still and not fidgeting is quite a radical shift for many people. I know when I first came to the practice, I fidgeted, moved, without even realizing it was unconscious. Let your head relax. Let your jaw relax. Let your tongue relax. Done everyone, that was really calm and centered. So you're all already grounded. Inhale to lift up, just take it slowly. And exhale. Now bring the soles of the feet together. So we're keeping the roots of the body in connection with the earth. Normally, when we have a really active yoga class, we have our feet close to the groin in Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. But for today, for the beginning, we're going to bring our feet out. So when we look down, we see the shape of a diamond. And then you're tilting your pelvis on the blanket. And again, you're just really softly letting yourself fold, letting your head go. And then once you get there, it's nice to remind yourself, okay, I'm going to try not to fidget. I'm going to try and focus on my breath. I'm going to try and let go and relax.
If you need to take a deeper breath, or even make a little sigh, always feel absolutely free. And then inhale, bring up. You can close the legs now. You probably won't need the blanket for a while if you want to place that off to one side. Just going to come forward and bring your knees onto the mat with the toes tucked. And even bring that little toe forward. So the feet are really intricate pieces of art. They have 26 bones and they're intricately made to make this connection with the earth. You know, so they have receptors. Can I stand there? Is that safe? So right now you're just stretching into those little pieces of art that are your feet. Let's take 3 breaths with the nose. If it feels uncomfortable, just really try to connect with your breath. One more. Well done. So we're going to come into a squat now. I'm going to ask you to roll your mat up a little bit at the front, just so the squat's easier, because it's quite early on in the class. Now we're going to stand on that rolled up piece, so the heels are on the rolled up piece. Open the feet wide, turn the feet out slightly, and just come and squat down. Yeah, hopefully the mat makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so the base chakra is called the Muladhara chakra, and it's at the very base of the spine. We're going to try and stimulate it with our breath. So on your inhale, you're going to imagine breath moving down, and on your exhale, you're just going to lift your pelvic floor in and up. It's just like that kind of lift, yeah? So let's do 3. Inhale. And then exhale, just like a Kegel exercise, if you've ever done those. 2 more. Inhale. 1. Okay. Release that, come into a forward fold. And if it feels okay, you can keep your heels on the mat, bend your knees, catch your elbows, and just sway from side to side in a ragdoll position. Okay, let's step back onto the mat and roll the mat out. Coming down onto hands and knees now. Set the fingers nice and wide. Let's do some cat. So on the inhale, it's a lengthening. And on the exhale, you flex the spine. Use it use this movement, this primary vinyasa, as a way to warm up the spine, warm up the abdominals, and also to warm up the breath. So can you breathe more deeply now?
Beautiful.
Okay, come to a neutral spine. And as we always do, coming into down dog, we step our hands a little bit forward of the shoulders. We spread the fingers nice and wide. The inner elbows are turning forward as the upper arms externally rotate. And we push up and back into our downward facing dog. Take any preliminary movements that you need. So maybe you want to bend the knees, take the head from side to side. Okay. Bend the knees significantly more, look forward, and step the feet to the top of the mat. And then inhale, reach all the way up. Bring the hands down, down. So we're going to do 3 variations of tree pose, because obviously our focus is on grounding, and the tree is very grounded. So let's start by lifting our right knee a little bit. But just look at that right foot. The toes are spread. The foot is grounding down. Then you're going to lift your left knee. You can place this right foot on the ankle and the leg, on the calf, or on the inner thigh. If the aim is to be balanced and centered, it's better to take the option that actually allows that to happen. Okay. So we're going to start with a tree that has really big branches. We're going to reach our arms out. Let's take 3 breaths here. Feel the center of your body. So the center of the body is the spine. And according to the Tantric traditions, there is a big nadi, the main nadi, so the main energy channel of the body in the spine, and it's called Sushumna Nadi. And release. Let's do the other side. So just take the option that allows you the best chance of actually balancing it. So no ego, just, we don't need that. Open the arms out, up and out. And then you might like to visualize the Sushumna Nadi. It runs from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. I find it quite helpful to imagine my breath moving up and down the Sushumna Nadi. Make me feel centered. One more, inhale. Exhale, release. We're going to do another one. Just take an inhale, take an exhale. So we're going to lift that other leg back up. Take any variation that is beneficial for you. And this time begin with your hands in Anjali Mudra. So we're going to do a lateral tree, so as if the tree is in the wind. You're going to place the left hand on the left knee in Chin Mudra. And then you're going to reach the right arm up and go over to the left side. And if you fall, don't worry, that's just your body trying to find balance. That is part of the process. One more breath. And release. Other side. So bring this foot to any part of the leg. The right hand is on the knee in Chin Mudra. The left arm reaches up and over. Well done. Let's take a breath in between sides. So the next tree is going to have a little bit of a forward fold. So I'd say it's the most challenging. So take your position, so you're using your left foot first, and bring your hands to prayer. Yeah, and then we're going to come down, 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 as far as you can. Mine's about halfway down. Two more breaths. One more. And then inhale, lift up. So you find the center of your body. Your forward fold. It can be tiny. Weight can be quite significant. Notice how your foot really drives out the balance. Whole body collaborates with each other, with every little parts of it itself. Well done. Let's flow through a tantric style vinyasa now. So in Tantra, I like to keep things really earthy. So we have Tadasana with the feet open and the knees soft. So not like the other classes. This is a bit more free. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, bring your hands to the shins and extend your spine. And then exhale, step back to a tabletop position. Yeah. Okay, take an inhale to prepare. And then as you exhale, you flex the spine so you're like an angry cat. You take your buttocks back to the heels. And then as you inhale, you snake forward really close to the earth. I'm going to do that again. So it's on the exhale like a Halloween cat. Stretching back and inhale like a snake. Getting close to the floor. And not only is that really energetic, it's also really nice and nourishing for the spine. It feels lovely. It's like a wheel. And our chakras are known as wheels of energy. Two more. And then when you've done two more, just find alignment and go to down dog. Push up and back. See if you can really ground your feet and spread your toes. One more inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step your feet behind your wrists so we stay nice and earthy. And then bend your knees a little bit and inhale, circulate the arms all the way round and up. And exhale. Let's go straight into another one. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Exhaling Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, hands to the shins, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, step to a tabletop. Take an inhale in your tabletop. Take an exhale to move into your angry cat and then through child's pose. As you inhale, snake through, close to the floor, and exhale. So see if you can feel like you're a wheel of energy.
Two more.
Rest it down. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees, step your feet behind your wrists. Bend your knees in a big fluid inhale to lift you up, up, up. And exhale, draw the hands down. And stay with your breath, stay with that feeling of divine potential, Shakti. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step to tabletop method. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, flex the spine, flex, 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 stretch back to child's pose, and then inhale, snake forward like a little serpentine flow. Exhale to round the spine, go back to child's pose. Inhale to come forward. 3 more. Exhale, flex. Inhale forward. Beautiful, everyone. You look very nice. And then after your second one, go to down dog. Yeah, grounded hands, grounded feet. Draw on the breath, draw on the life force in the breath. Invite it in. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, step behind the wrists. Keep your knees nice and fluid. And inhale, lift up, up. Exhale. So you're going to do the final one, but this time you're going to do it on your own. When you get to this point, do 5 and swooping down. You take 3 breaths in down dog. Step forward when you've finished. Lift up. And meet back in Tadasana. In your own time. Maybe just close down your eyes. Excuse me, let your palms face forward. And what you can feel now is that energy. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Think about blossoming open to your full potential. and revealing your innate qualities. Okay, we're going to do our Tantric Surya Namaskar V flow, and then we're going to go down and do some more subtle work. So we'll keep the feet hip distance apart, and we'll inhale, we'll go through a really earthy chair. And we'll exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, extend the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. This time, step back to downward facing dog. So our Chaturanga in Tantra Vinyasa that I use is very different. Just do as much as you can. So it's like a serpentine one. So you go forward to plank on the inhale. You keep the toes tucked. Easier version, drop the knees, open the heart, and then push back. Slightly more intense, rock forward, keep the knees off the floor, and push back. Yeah? So let's do that 3 times. Everyone go to down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, keep the toes tucked, lower and open into a up dog or cobra with your toes tucked, and then push straight back. So it's like one movement almost. Inhale, roll forward like a wave. Exhale, down, keep your toes tucked open. Nice, everyone. Push back, push back, push back. Yeah, you've got it. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Good. Pushing back. Lovely. Inhale. Lift your right leg up behind you. Now bend the knee and open the hip. And then we're going to make 3 big circles with this right knee. So we go round like a circle. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Now step that right hand to the outside, the right foot, sorry, to the outside of the right hand, and drop your left knee down and your left foot down. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh and bring your right hand into mudra. Your left hand is in mudra también. Left arm reaches forward, up, and back. Flex the elbow as you go back. So, yeah, lovely. Just keep going. And then go to downward facing dog. And then 5 of those vinyasas. So you inhale, go to plank. Exhale, keep your toes tucked and open your chest. And then press back, back, back. On the way back, it's nice to bend your knees. Inhale, come forward. Open, and exhale, bend your knees, push back. Yeah, gorgeous. 3 more. Inhale. And press back, bend your knees, lovely. 2 more, inhale. Relax. Inhale, left leg rises now. Bend the knee, open the hip, and take 3 circles with your knee. 1, 2, 3. Step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop the right knee and the right foot on the floor. Left forearm to the left thigh. Hands in mudra, both hands. So we go reach forward, up, back, bend the elbow. Keep going. Yeah, really nice. Press back to down dog. So if you're feeling tired, go to child's pose or 5 of those vinyasas, whatever you like. We all have different needs. Some of us want to be more dynamic, and some of us want to be more relaxed. That's fine. And when you finish, everyone come to child's pose. Everyone come to child's pose. But in this child's pose, make a pillow for your third eye chakra, the point between your eyebrows, and just pop your head in there. Let the breath flow. Let the energy move. So we're going to come off from child's pose and then find a seated position. If you like, if you want a blanket, you can. Completely optional. Okay, so we're working on the root chakra. We're going to do some Sufi rolls. We're going to roll round with the breath. So take your right shoulder to your left knee and begin the movements. Then you do an inhale for half of the circle and an exhale for half the circle. Don't worry if you can't, that's quite hard. But the intention is to try and coordinate the movement with the breath. Across the neck, so we're nice and balanced. Hold the front leg. And just move into flexions and extensions. Inhale to open. And exhale. When you exhale, can you activate Mula Bandha? We did it earlier. It's that kind of pulling in and up of the pelvic floor. Inhale. It does happen naturally. When you exhale. But in yoga, we try to intensify it a little bit. This idea of the Kundalini Shakti moving up through the spine, through each and every chakra. And that's where it becomes like a science, a spiritual science. You're going to open your legs out open wide. Let's move with the feet. We're going to make our imaginary spoon with our hands. And we're going to begin to make big circular movements around. dorsiflexing the feet, we've got a nice extension to the back of the legs. And that simultaneously creates a nice stability in the foundation of the body. And then change direction. Good. Relax your feet, relax your hands. Maybe close down your eyes if that's okay for you. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Some chanting word now, so if you want to find it. So each chakra has a colour, shape, and a sound, and we're gonna work with all our technologies to really enliven this root chakra. So closing down the eyes, feeling for this central channel. And now, when you inhale, can you imagine that the breath is moving into the crown of your head, and down through each and every chakra? And then as you exhale, the breath begins to move back up the spine. Once again, through each and every chakra. So on la inhalación, la respiración hacia abajo la columna. Y on la exhalación, la respiración hacia arriba. So it's in reverse to what you normally might do. Okay. And just keep breathing. And I'm going to ask you to imagine a spiritual flower known as the lotus flower. We all know the lotus flower. And I'd like you to pretend or imagine or visualize that you have a lotus flower at the very base of your spine. And it has 4 petals, this one. And every time the breath goes down and touches the lotus flower at the base of the spine, the flowers open. The lotus flower spends a good part of its day hidden under the murky water. And Tantra is a little bit like that moment when the lotus flower comes up and shows its beauty. That's what Tantra is asking you to do. Okay, I'm layering on technicalities. Don't worry if it's too much. There will be little bits that stay with you forever. And we just take tiny bits each day, and that's how it works. So now I'm going to ask you to visualize the colour red, a deep dark red at the base of your spine. It's like a mud, like a rock. Now we're going to chant the sound of the base chakra, which is Lam, Lam. So we'll do it together, and you chant it on your exhale. So you inhale, Lam, 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 Just keep going. You don't need to be in time with each other. Your blessing, your root chakra. Down to our backs. We're going to need a block. Bend your knees, have your feet close to your buttock. We're going to use this block on its smallest side, so not like this, flat. And then we're going to lift the pelvis and place that block mindfully under the lower back area, the sacrum. So the sacrum is the most stable part of the back. It's like a shelf. And I'm just going to rest here in a restorative bridge pose. Let yourself completely surrender to the block. Pull your way. So from here, we're going to go into a restorative shoulder stand, restorative Chaturanga. God, I haven't done this pose in so long, but it's a good one. So the foundations of our body, the feet and the legs, are now going to get a little rest. So move your block a tiny bit more forward than it already is. And then begin to lift the legs up And you can play around with the block till it feels like, so you should feel like you don't have to make any effort. So yeah, should feel, and if it doesn't feel like that, I recommend moving the block a little bit more forward. Yeah. Great. Okay, we're going to go back to our chanting. So take a few breaths, get comfortable. If we need to make any adjustments, make them now. If you don't feel like you are comfortable, you could always go to the wall and put your legs at the wall, okay? So if you want to move, feel free. We're going to start our mantra practice on chanting. Yes. So we remember that there is the lotus flower at the base of the spine, and the seed syllable is let's see. And then bring your feet and rest them on the floor. Yeah, pop your feet on the floor, just lift your pelvis, move your block off to one side. Inhale and exhale. The neutralization, we will do constructive rest pose. So open your feet in line with the hips. Sorry, in line with the mat, and drop the knees together. And place your hands, either one hand on the chest and one hand on the tummy, or both hands on the tummy, or you could even have your arms spread out to the sides of you. We are going to go into Yoga Nidra now.
the enlightened sleep, yogic sleep. So if you want to put on any extra clothing, I would advise doing that, because you might feel warm now, but when you've been laying on the floor for a few moments, you're going to get a bit chilly. Any jumpers or in the posture of Shavasana. The feet are a little bit open, wider than the hips. The arms are on the floor and the palms are facing up. Sometimes it's nice to just lift the shoulders and roll them down. And now we'll begin the practice of Yoga Nidra. Welcome to the practice of Yoga Nidra. Welcome to the practice of Yoga Nidra. Welcome to the practice of Yoga Nidra. And welcome home to yourself. Welcome home to your true self. In the practice of Yoga Nidra, you do not fall asleep, but you will place your body systematically to sleep. You will float somewhere between dreaming and sleeping, and this space is known as Yoga Nidra. Throughout the practice of Yoga Nidra, you will be safe. You will be safely held by the container of this ancient practice, this sacred practice. I will watch and hold this space for you, and the earth underneath you is holding you too. So you are completely safe. Generally, Yoga Nidra begins by you making a positive life intention. And in Sanskrit, which is the language used throughout the Vedas and in yoga, this is called a sankalpa. A sankalpa is your greatest vow, a prayer. That one thing that you truly wish to be true in your life. That one thing that your soul knows is for you, that you have to fulfill in this life, that you're here to do in this life. A sankalpa is always said in the present tense. So you say it as if that prayer or that wish had already come true. It's a short statement, and you say it 3 times in the present tense as if the prayer had already been answered, because this is your truth, because it's coming from your soul. Please, before I begin, please, if you don't know your sankalpa, don't feel anxious. Don't worry, it's fine. What might be a good idea is just to create a little space in your heart for a sankalpa to come at a future date. So no need for anxiety if you don't have it. Just relax. If you do have it, please repeat it to yourself in silence 3 times in the present tense now.
Please become aware of all the sounds that you can hear. So use your ears and search for sounds that are the furthest away. So initially, search for sounds outside of this yoga room. What sounds can you find that are far away? And now, please search for sounds with your ears. Sounds that are inside this yoga studio. Or if you're practicing at home, that are inside your personal room at home. Please notice, become aware that the sound or sounds that are closest to you is the sound of your breath, the sound of your heart, and the sound of the blood pumping through your veins. You are completely effortless. Now we will begin a physical rotation of the body. I will say a body part. You will bring your awareness to that body part. And you will relax that body part. Let's begin. Please bring your attention and awareness to your right hand, and relax the right hand thumb. Relax the right hand index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Please relax the right palm of the hand, the right forearm, right elbow, right upper arm, and the right shoulder. Relax the right side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, and the right foot. And all the toes on the right foot relax now. Big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Please relax the entire right side of your body now. Please relax the entire right side of your body now. Please relax the entire right side of your body now. Please bring attention and awareness to the left side of the body, to the left side of the body. And please relax the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Relax the left palm, left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and the left shoulder. Relax the left waist, left hip, thigh, knee, calf, and the left ankle. Relax the left foot and all the toes on the left foot relax now. Big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Please relax the entire left side of your body now. Please relax the entire left side of your body now. Please relax the entire left side of your body now. And now bring awareness and attention to the back of the body. Relax the back of the head, back of the neck, shoulder blades, backs of the arms and the backs of the hands. Relax the spine and each and every vertebrae in the spine. Relax the buttocks, the backs of the legs, the backs of the knees, the heels and the soles of the feet. Relax the body from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head. Relax the very top of your head. Relax the point between your eyebrows. Relax your right eye and your left eye. Relax the space behind your eyes. Relax the right side of the nose and the left side of the nose. Relax the space inside your nose. Relax the right side of the cheek and the left side of the cheek. Relax upper lip and the lower lip. Relax the throat, the right side of the collarbone and the left side of the collarbone. Relax the right side of the chest and the left side of the chest. Relax the right side of the heart and the left side of the heart. And relax the very center of your heart. Now feel your body as a whole field of moving energy. Relax the entire body now. Relax the entire body now. Relax the entire body now. You are completely effortless. Floating somewhere between dreaming and sleeping. Where your body, mind and spirit are receiving a deep, profound healing. And now please bring your attention and awareness back to the center of your heart. And remember your sankalpa. Your vow to yourself, vow to your life, vow to this life, to this world, to this universe. And please repeat your sankalpa 3 times in the present tense, as if that prayer had already been answered, because it is your truth. And it will come true in this life. Please come. This practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. This practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. The practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. And you have been safely held by this practice. I have held this space for you. Earth has been supporting you. You've been very safe. I'm ready. You need to take a deeper breath. And just beginning some movement into the fingers, into the toes. Eventually, we are all going to meet in fetus pose. So you'll turn on your right, you've got your head on your arm, with your knees slightly bent. Up into the body. And we have divine stomach within. it. Bringing you can put in any pose, any posture you like. We cancel out it and so on that makes sense. Put your palms facing down to close. Then the crown of the head, right up. Chin ever so slightly comes in, just a tiny bit, so the back of the neck can lengthen. Chest is open. And we will end our meditation by now allowing that visualization of the lotus flower to rest on the very top of your head, the crown of your head. Now this lotus flower, it has 1,000 petals. And it has reached its potential.
Thank you.
Thank you. A good meditation.